heard by the world. We are on the air. You caught me off guard just a little bit, but this is Mike Pettaway with TriadSportsCoverage.com, coming to you live from Salem College in downtown Winston-Salem, North Carolina, for another Salem Spirit soccer game. Today they're playing it's a non-conference matchup with Johnson College of Tennessee coming in to Winston to play the Spirits. Today I'm joined in the broadcast booth with two former players here at Salem College. Bethany is to my right, and to her right is Sabrina. Welcome to TriadSportsCoverage.com soccer coverage of Salem College.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Before I go any further, I got to say our broadcasts are sponsored by Bibbs Downtown in Winston-Salem. Have either one of you familiar with Bibbs Downtown?
Oh, I love Bibbs.
Every time I say that, someone they say, yeah, we love Bibbs. But that's how I got to know the Salem College soccer program. We had a Monday night sports talk show from Bibbs, and Jay brought Taylor Norman.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yep.
And we had a great time, and we just started talking. And I do a lot of broadcasting with high school and middle school sports around Winston, where the big people don't have the manpower to do that, and we come out and do some of these events. And coming here to do the soccer was really something we look forward to. We're going to do basketball in the winter at Salem College and softball in the spring. So I'll probably see you two again. You come back to watch other games?
Yeah, I mean, when we can get into town.
When you can get into town.
When you live out of state, it's a little hard getting back down here.
Now, you're from Virginia, you said, Bethany, right?
Yes, Northern Virginia.
And Sabrina, where are you from?
I am from Southern Ohio.
What part of Ohio?
Hillsboro, and it's about an hour and a half east of Cincinnati.
I went to college in Mount Vernon, Ohio, which is about halfway between Cincinnati and Columbus or whatever.
Yep, I know it.
It's a small world.
Yeah, it is.
But we have just completed the pregame festivities, and the game is underway with the ball being fought for at midfield. Salem will be going from our left to right, and all of a sudden the ball is right down in the 18 line. There's a shot on goal. Did that ricochet off the corner post?
It looks like it hit the sidebar there.
The sidebar?
Yeah.
So that was going to it did go out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for the Johnson. I don't know what their mascot is. Folks, we got to apologize. We're a little bit disorganized because the broadcast wasn't a sure thing until about 15 minutes ago. And these two young ladies walked up and said they'd like to take over the microphone today. So I said, hey, I will just walk away and let you have it. But they are the ball is still down on the other end of the field with, looks like a throw-in, Bethany, from someone on
For Salem.
For Salem. So we're down on the attack with the throw-in, and looks like the ball is
crossed in.
Beautiful pass. Oh my goodness. That was kind of a soft header, but if there had been anything on it, it would have made it to, the corner of the net. So good intentions, good ball movement.
Yeah, it seems like Salem's holding it on their offensive half right now.
Yeah, definitely a lot of pressure from the offense.
And Johnson is the Royals.
Oh, that's my second favorite baseball team, the Kansas City Royals. So the ball is still down in the far corner with Salem still in possession. Looks like it is another throw-in for Salem.
I think that was for Johnson.
Was it? These fans stand in front of you can't see it. I hate that.
Yeah, tucked back in the corner.
Yeah. There's a ball that's kicked out of bounds by a Johnson player. Now Salem will have another throw-in down on their end of the field.
Looks like Summer Rich took it.
Summer Rich throws it in, and
Natalie crossed the ball to Taylor in the center.
Oop, that went out of bounds. Going to be a throw-in for Johnson. If you look at the two teams across the way on the bench, they have, two substitutes?
Yeah, they only have 13 players.
And, Jay Callahan has, 30 or something?
Yeah, I think 33.
And, as being part of his program in the previous few years, both you young ladies know just how dedicated Jay is to the soccer program here at Salem and how he goes out and finds some great players. Not just good players, great players.
Yeah.
Yeah, each year it seems that he has a new technique to recruiting. So,
Yeah, he's gotten pretty creative over the years.
Taylor Norman. No, that's number. Is that number 9?
That was Sawyer.
So okay, now another kind of a weak dribbler to the front of the net that the goalkeeper for Johnson was able to pick it. And again, the Salem is keeping the ball at their end of the field with really no pressure from the Johnson defense. There's one that was
Sent out by a defender.
Went off the end line. I think it went off number 3, so it'll be a corner kick, I believe.
Yes, corner for Salem.
So Salem has their first corner kick of the game.
Corner kick coming up for the Spirits.
And I hear an echo.
11, Sydney Priest.
So Sydney
seems like
Priest.
Sydney is taking the corner.
Now, when you played soccer here, did you ever kick corner kicks? Either one of you?
We both
Yes.
did.
Well, what's your objective on a corner kick? Are you trying to lay it up in the air in front of the net and let everybody fight after it, or?
I mean, I know that usually we have a few target players, so people who are really good out of the air, so that they have a good chance of winning the ball and getting it in the back of the net. I mean, that's always the goal, is to score.
Sometimes we had our trick plays where we would have somebody, there's a certain corner kick in the game, and we'd have someone check in real quick from the box and throw everyone off of what we were actually trying to do.
I know when I watch soccer, if I'm for a particular team, I really dread having the other team have a corner kick because so many things can go wrong. You know, like you say, it's all who can get up in the air, and even your own player can hit it in the goal if you're not careful.
Yeah, it's a lot of people in a small space, so anything can happen with the ball.
Yeah.
It's like Summer's about to get a cross off.
Oop. Good defense by the
They did.
Johnson player. She kept that ball in play, and now they've got it coming back this way. They haven't had the ball across the midfield stripe, I don't think, yet. And
looks like they're about to now.
They probably got a clearing here. They got an opening here down the left side, but both players went to the same spot.
It's like Taylor took
But
the
Salem
ball back over,
takes it away, and
tried to play a through ball.
that was probably wasn't as good effort as Jay may have wanted on that. But anyway, it was an easy pickup by the defender, and ball comes back out to midfield, controlled by Salem again.
Seems that they're still trying to get settled in here. The Monday night game, it's always a little bit harder.
That was a bit of miscommunication between two Johnson players. I think one thought this other player was going to break, and they stopped, and Salem just took the ball from them. Oh, offsides. Wow.
That was a little late.
Offsides, the call.
Looks like Taryn
Johnson?
got that.
Is that Taryn Johnson?
Yeah, Taryn Johnson got the offsides. Is it 20?
Again, the score is 0-0. 38 minutes to go here, and 38 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the first half, the first 45-minute period in the game. Salem is pretty much controlling the tempo of the game. They're controlling the ball. They haven't had any real good shots on goal. They've had some pretty weak shots that were easily stopped by the Johnson goalkeeper. There's a shot that went wide to the left and goes over the end line for a goal kick.
Yeah, it looks like she tried to swing it across the box, but didn't get her hips quite turned. We know all about that, don't we, B?
You sure do.
Talking from experience, right? I don't see number
Taylor with the shot.
number 10 on the field for Salem.
Yeah, she...
Joycelyn Evans.
Jocelyn, yes.
Jocelyn Evans.
She hurt her knee.
Okay. Because she was so aggressive in the games that I've seen her play. She's like all over the ball.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Just not afraid to make contact and just really hustles on the field.
Yep, she's a hard worker for sure. But she should be back soon, hopefully, by the end of the week when they play Agnes Scott. She's just resting her knee because she's had some issues with one of her ligaments.
She's actually wearing my number.
You were number 10?
I was number 10.
Bethany, what number were you?
I was 23.
All right. You're a Michael Jordan fan? That was his number.
I think everyone's a Michael Jordan fan.
Oh, yeah. So again, Salem, the ball did come down on the on this end of the field, but Salem quickly sent it back. But again, a weak shot toward the net. It's hauled in by the keeper.
Yeah, it was kind of a 2-on-4 there, so.
Yeah, not the best angle for a shot.
Mm-hmm. That was a
missed goal kick.
That was. Drop kick there.
That would be a whiff on a golf course. Speaking of Agnes Scott, and you said the game is Saturday. I think the kickoff is at 2 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
We will be broadcasting on TriadSportsCoverage.com. I know that Agnes Scott, every time I mention that name, everybody kind of perks up because I think that's a school you want to beat. I mean, aren't they usually?
They are always the number one competitor for us in the conference.
Yeah.
Ooh, she should have taken that shot.
Salem's got a great opportunity right in front of the net.
They can finish.
If they can just
Pop it in.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh,
Maybe.
hit the post.
Somebody, the goalie was laying on one side of the ground. On the
It just seemed
net.
about.
Gets knocked
It
out.
went from 2 people to 20 people right there in front of the net real quick.
Some good chances, but a lot of defenders back to get that ball out.
Ball is cleared out to midfield, but it will be taken back over by the Salem Spirits. They're down the left sideline looking for a pass in the middle to see if they can get something in front of the net.
I think that was Sawyer out there trying to dribble back in.
You ladies are doing well without a roster in front of you because you know some of these people.
We know a lot of them. A lot of new faces this season, though.
Mm-hmm.
I know tonight's goalkeeper, Paige Ketchum, but there's also a little freshman, Kimberly Templeton from North Davidson, and I've seen her, I think, on 2 or 3 occasions.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, she has a great 10 players in front of her, but she does really well in the net. I mean, it's one thing that Jay's got. He's got an excess of good goals, I think. So that always comes in handy because Paige was injured at the first of the season, so it didn't really hurt the team with the other goalie coming in. There's a ball that's, it didn't go out on the end line.
No, it looks like a short cross in to the box from Summer.
They're going to call some contact. I don't understand that one. Well,
I'm not sure if that was on Summer or Sawyer, but it looks like a push from behind is what he was calling.
That could have probably been called either way.
But Salem wins the free kick back. Oh, this could be a good
There
opportunity.
you go. Put something on it and get it in the net.
Seems that they're just taking their touches a little too hard
Wow.
today.
Yeah, they're playing right in front of the net, and they just can't get turned around and put anything on the ball. So it's cleared out again by Johnson. And then they're crossing midfield, but again, the defense is waiting for them. It's now
So
get a little
needs to
bit of
pressure.
action.
They've got about 4-on-2 right now
Yeah.
on the defense.
First time it gets into
Oh.
Salem's box, but Paige gets that pretty easily.
We got an open field. Summer Rich taking up the right side. Ooh.
It's going to be a throw-in coming this way after the ball went out of bounds off of Salem out of the right side. Oh, that was contact. That hurt me from sitting here.
She's back up. She's good. Taylor's tough.
Again, the Spirits have a chance to put it in the net. They've got really total control of the possession of the ball, but they're just not finishing what they started. And I'm sure Coach Callahan is going to tell them, you get down in there and you're 3 feet from the net. You got to do more than just. There's
there
a
we
first
go.
goal.
First one.
Cross on the ground across the 6. Believes that was Sydney across the ball.
Is it
And
Sydney or Taylor?
I think it was Sydney. Taylor laid the ball off to her, and then Taryn put the ball in.
Yep, definitely Taryn. It was an awkward angle, too, so those are always the toughest ones
Yeah,
to get in.
just got to throw your body at the ball.
So with 32 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the first half, the Spirits put the first goal on the board, and they lead 1-0, and have actually kind of had their way with the ball, just haven't put it in the net.
Yeah.
Let's hope that this fires them up a bit and they can get another one in the net.
Seems like Johnson's pretty good at packing their defenders back in the box, which is making it difficult for Salem to get a good shot off.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of ricochet.
Jay did say that Johnson plays a lot like Wesleyan, which is a very defensive team, so they like to pack it in.
Oh, looks like a
might be
long-range shot, and Sawyer's on the ball.
Ball's loose. Oh,
their
goalie's on it.
Goalie made a good play, and I think sometimes those goalkeepers deserve a lot more credit because when the people are coming toward you and they're swinging their feet, sometimes you can get in the way.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure every goalie has a story about getting kicked at least once.
I'm sure.
I wouldn't be surprised if they left every game with a cleat mark on their leg. Got some passing around going on in the midfield.
And it's taken away in the center of the field by Salem. They're headed back down on the left side. Pass down. It's going to be an offside spot.
Taryn Johnson again.
Yeah.
I think there was two of them. I think Sawyer was off too.
She gets those quite a few each game.
Sometimes the forwards can get caught off guard if the ball sneaks through quick.
Do you ever try to get someone offsides when you're playing? Did you play defense?
Yep.
And you kind of jump out real quick?
Yeah, we've definitely had some offsides traps for those teams where, they have a really fast forward or they like to play really deep. So, it's just all about strategizing based on what the team plays like.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Did that hit the sidebar and go?
Looks like it hit the goalie and went out.
Would be a corner.
I'm not
kick.
sure how that's a...
It looked like a corner. It definitely went
a-
off her hands.
Because it was right at the base of the post, and I think it went around the side. So they are going to award a corner to Salem.
Coming from their left side, so.
Is that
Sydney
Priest?
Yeah. Got a freshman taking corners.
Oh, wow.
She has a nice foot.
Yeah.
Let's see it.
Definitely a lot of power. Can get the ball up.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that. Look at that.
That was perfect.
Right to Taylor's head.
And we were talking about targeting the ball somewhere that, someone can handle it. And it was Taylor obviously can do that.
Mm-hmm.
So very quickly the Spirits have put their second goal on the board with 30 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the first half. And, watching this game from our vantage point, it's all being played on that end. Of course, the second half will probably be played on this end.
Yeah.
Because and with only two substitutions, most of these players on Johnson are going to have to play the full 90 minutes, and that's going to have a little bit of wear and tear on them, I would think.
Oh yeah, second half we'll see probably a much more tired team, a lot more reaching for the ball.
And of course, Jay's got enough to field 3 teams over there, so you know. But he did tell me one time that, and it's true, sometimes a great team or a good team will play down to the level of competition because they don't understand you need to be as competitive and as intense as if you were playing a national champion. You have to be that. Because sometimes they'll sneak up on you. You can be beaten. So
it's exactly what he told him in the pregame speech. So
yeah, it's hard to always play your best soccer when you're playing a team that is not up to your level. So.
And we're taking nothing away from Johnson because they're a college team, but when you have as many athletes as Jay Callahan does here at Salem College, you're going to be tough to beat, particularly here at home. So because we have a sellout crowd here, folks, because they don't pay to get in. But the bleachers are full of fans. Every time I come to a game at Salem, I'm amazed at the following the soccer team has.
Mm-hmm.
Took some work.
Seems like Salem's got a free kick right at the half. Sydney Priest got a little bumped up.
Morgan's going to send that one right in.
And how do you say her last name?
Canepa.
Nice.
Right into the 18.
Kick. Nice kick.
Oh.
It's going to bounce right into the goal.
Sure
It
is.
looks like somebody might have gotten a tip on
Taylor
it.
I think it might
got
have
a
been
little
with her head,
brush.
Yeah.
but I'm not sure. Should give that one to Morgan.
I don't know who the official scorer is going to give it to, but it went off someone right in front of the net.
Yeah, perfect ball in.
So now with 28:38 to go in the first half, The score is now 3-0, and the scorer did announce that it was given to Taylor Norman, who that was a kind of a by accident goal, I think. That just kind of rubbed off of her, but perfectly placed kick from around midfield.
That's when you just can't let those balls bounce right there in the box, because you never know what kind of bounce they'll take. So
Again, Salem
Pretty
turns
lucky
it back
shot.
up on their end of the field, and it's being chased down the left sideline. I can't tell that number if that's...
I think that
is that Heather Huffman?
No, I think that's Brooke.
Okay. Is Heather not on the field?
Heather's not. I think Heather is taking a rest.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I had the privilege of covering Heather in high school, and I could know how fast Heather Huffman
Oh,
is.
yeah.
Oh, yes. She also has been running track for Salem and
Yeah,
has put a few records up there.
Yeah, her dad was telling me that she's starting to own the record book on the track team, so it's not surprising. Salem again on the attack.
Oh,
There's a stab at it by the defender, and I thought I heard a whistle blow.
I thought I did too.
yeah, so did I.
Maybe it's over there on the Academy's field hockey.
Yeah, it could be. There's another game,
Oh, big ball over the top for Morgan.
and it's going to be going out of bounds into the other bleachers.
Looks like we got a Salem sub coming in.
Casey.
Casey replacing Sawyer,
Is that Sawyer?
isn't it?
It's 24.
No, I think that's Brooke.
That's,
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sawyer's over here tucked in the corner so we couldn't see her.
Oh. Yeah, but you know.
Again, Salem was going right toward the net, and that was a
Weird shot.
It's-
Had a weird spin on it.
Curveball.
it was a great curveball or slider because it just took off, just missed the net entirely. With 26:40 to play in the first half, it is 3-0. Salem on top.
Looks like another sub.
It's
Karen
like
Johnson out.
For the Spirits, number 27, Cassie Smoot.
Cassie.
Smoot. Yeah, I think Jay is going to probably clear his bench here and get everybody some playing time. There's really,
Yeah.
I mean, I like coaches like that. I mean, you don't want to win 20-0 or 10-0. I mean, just let everybody play.
It's a good time to work on things that the team has been lacking in.
Mm-hmm.
And a good
Different
time to get
techniques
people playing time.
Oh, yeah, and some of these substitutes may be called on in a crucial situation, and if they haven't been on the field, they're going to be, not ready to react to what he wants them to do. So,
Yeah, a great game for a lot of players to get more playing time.
like another throw in on the opposite side of the field from our vantage point. 25 minutes and 47 seconds to go in the first half.
Still got control on the offense for Salem.
Oh,
Is that Sydney up there going down the left side?
looking for a cross.
Like she's getting ready to
maybe
do.
a shot.
She's getting ready to make a
It looks
shot.
like a shot.
That was a pretty
Oh.
good shot.
That was a low line drive, great accuracy. Just to
If somebody would have followed that in, they could have toe poked it.
the goalie happened to be right where the ball was going, and, and like you said, it bounced out of her hands, and somebody could have been there and tapped it in.
Yeah, always got to be on your toes.
Yep.
Natalie with the tackle.
Looks like she's going to win that one.
Mm-hmm.
Number 7 for Salem.
Summer.
Summer Rich with the ball.
Yep.
That's a whiff at the ball, missed it. Oh, someone hit the ground, no call. Ball's going to be
Seems,
stopped right at midfield, back the other direction again.
Playing out the Summer again.
I'm sure both of you young ladies played in ball games like this here at Salem where you were definitely superior talent. Do you, after a while, does it get to be not really less exciting, but do you kind of get the feeling that there's no real struggle to score, no real struggle to do things?
I mean, I think the biggest thing here, again, like we kind of already touched on it, but it's just, so as an individual, when you're playing in a game where you know that you have the better team, it's really just focusing on, okay, what can I do to improve myself? So what are the things that I really need to work on this game that I can't always work on in the more challenging games?
And that's what we tried to remind the team. And Jay let us be guest speakers for the pregame speech, so try to remind them to
There's a whiff,
be on their toes.
Was that
In front of the box by Sydney.
Sydney Priest hit?
Ball came in from the right side.
There's a nice shot.
Oh,
And a goal from Summer.
Yep. Summerich took a nice shot from outside the box on the left side.
Yeah, pretty far out. That was a hard angle.
Rocket.
I think it caught a lot of them off guard.
Mm-hmm.
So with 23 minutes and 28 seconds, the Salem Spirits have now pushed the score up to 4-0. I was noticing like that shot that was taken. Some of the high school games that I cover, you scream. The coach is screaming, "Take a shot, take a shot!" And kids, they want to get right on top of the net before they take a shot. And as just was proven, you don't have to be within 10 feet of the net. You know, just
if you got an opening, you take it.
Yep.
So.
And you're going to do more damage with the ball down toward the net than you are out here playing with it. So,
Johnson's got a little bit of control at the half, and
but it's neatly taken away.
back over.
As soon as they get some little bit of momentum, the Salem defense looked like a handball.
I was gonna say
handball from Sierra. Looked
yeah,
like
Sierra
the
Hutchins in the game.
defender just hit her right in the hand with the ball.
Yep.
Not much she could do about that.
Now we're down here in front of us playing a little bit of soccer, but it's quickly hit back toward midfield. Now Salem is putting on a little bit of defensive pressure, and there it goes back up to the other end of the field. So what does Coach Callahan say at halftime to this team? Okay, gals, you've done exactly what we expect you to do. You know, it's not like...
He's never without critiques, which there's always something you can be doing better. So he'll probably mention something about how it took them a little bit to get their heads in the game. He always says, those first 15 minutes come out hard, and I think it took Salem a little longer to get settled into the game but once they got their shots off, they definitely ran with them.
And I mean, they could definitely clean up their passing and their first touches a bit. I'm sure he'll talk a little bit about that and about just communicating, because communication is something that could always be better on the field.
I feel like he says that to us every game, no matter how well we communicate or not.
Yeah.
So Salem has the ball again down on their end of the field. That is booted out of bounds. It should be a goal kick.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that the Johnson player touched it.
Yeah.
We're down to 21 and a half minutes, and not a real exciting first half, but a lot of scoring.
Yeah, some good moments.
Yeah.
They are keeping possession on the offensive side, so that's definitely the biggest thing about the game and always what you want to make sure you have. So,
Yep, looks like Becky just got into the game.
And play Summer Ridge. Got a run on the net by Becky.
Ooh, that was about a step away from being another goal.
Mm-hmm. It's good for her to be right there.
I think the Johnson keeper gets in too much of a hurry, and
Mm-hmm. I know. I was wondering if she even got all the way up to the line.
yeah, she kind of very softly hit it out. It was only about 18 yards from the goal.
And we got another offsides.
Yeah. Seems like they're really starting to get a rhythm with the ball now. Moving it a lot better, a lot faster. Just got to watch themselves on the line.
Mm-hmm.
The Salem goalkeeper, Paige Ketchum, she's still awake, but she doesn't have a lot of action. It's
Just touched the ball about one time
I
today.
think she did have one touch, and that's about it.
Johnson's coming up their right side.
Now they've got a chance to do something, but they lose
Just
possession.
flip the ball backwards.
They lose.
Natalie
the ball.
Mojica took over. She somehow always seems pretty sneaky. She just kind of runs in and is able to cut right in front of a person.
Not there 1 second in their face. The next.
Yeah.
Salem going down the left side and tried to center it, but it was, I think it went off, looked like a hand. I guess it was the leg of the plate. There's another shot
Oh,
that
and
goes
the goal.
Tipped
in
right over the goalie's
net.
hands.
I believe that was Jordan.
Yes, number 2.
Jordan Lanier with a nice shot from, probably 30 yards out maybe?
Yeah.
Yep, from the
30.
left side.
So now it's 5-0 with 19 minutes and 47 seconds to play in a what's turning out to be a kind of a romp in favor of Salem, but we'll see how when Jay starts making substitutions, how if it maybe equalizes the competition a little bit.
Well, the good thing with, all of our subs, they do have talent and, they do play with our starters. So I think that they have the advantage of knowing how well they play together because, at the end of each practice, they do scrimmage the starting team. And so they all work well together as well.
Yeah. Well, and it just gives them more competition to work against by going against those starters.
And they have the advantage of coming off the bench so many minutes into the game, whereas Johnson's been on the field.
Again, it was almost a threat by Johnson, but the ball was taken away, and the goalkeeper comes out and just makes I guess she was being pressured by one of the Salem players. She just booted
it. Looks like
it.
the ball was trying to be a through ball, but it was a little fast, and Sydney Priest trying to run up on it, and the goalie
first.
Kicks it out of bounds, so there will be a throw in at the Salem end of the field.
Looks like Morgan is going up top now, and Sydney is dropping back to sweeper.
So winner out of the air from Cassie. Got Taylor in possession
bringing it down to the...
Plays it right through to Morgan.
Offsides.
Morgan's offsides.
Good through ball, though,
from
Taylor.
That was a great play, and just we had a player offsides, and rightfully so, the referee blows the whistle. 18 minutes, and the clock is running, obviously, in soccer.
Oh, and it looks like Morgan won that goal kick, but couldn't keep control of it.
Beautiful placement. Nice play by a Johnson defender to get between her and the net, between her and then the Salem player. That could have been another goal, a very quick one.
Seemed like the Johnson cleared it out and
sent it right back to Salem.
Jordan got good possession, and Taylor trips over the ball now.
Should be a throw-in coming this way for Johnson.
Seemed like Taylor tried to do a quick turn, and foot got caught up with the ball and
stepped right on it.
Yep.
There's a throw-in by Johnson, and there is a little bit of movement of the ball down toward the... Well, it goes to the foot of a Salem player, and it's right back up the other direction.
Like Becky got possession here.
Ooh.
Looks for Casey, but gets to a defender's foot first. But
Casey recovered, yeah.
And now Salem has a ball back.
Ooh.
And another clear out by the Johnson goalie.
And it's taken away by
Sierra.
She's down in the right corner.
Gets a pretty good cross in.
Ooh, keeper came out and made a great play right out in front of the net to prevent yet another goal for Salem.
Looks like Becky's won the goalie's punt.
Just a lot of bouncing around up there.
Yeah, it is.
Trying to get the possession back. Jordan with the ball, taking it up the left side. See if she can get another pretty goal in there.
Or at least a cross.
And pass back to Natalie.
Finds Taylor in the center.
Playing pretty simple.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
goalie kind of falls on that one. Looks like it's going to be a corner.
Should be a corner kick.
Got some subs coming in.
Looks like a new goalie
for Salem.
I believe that's Sarah.
Okay. And we got a couple people coming into the midfield up top. Got Kylie replacing Casey, I believe. I didn't quite catch who is coming in for...
It looks like Kylie still in the back. I know I saw Bridget on the field.
Oh, goodness.
Looks like Taylor and Casey came off. I'm not sure.
Okay.
23, Bridget Jindal, and number 5,
I see Kylie over there.
Oh. Bridget and Kimberly are on the field.
Oh, gosh. Too many blondes out there for me.
There's two of them that, when they run, they look just the same. It's Taylor and I think Sydney. From far away, they got that blonde ponytail.
Blonde hair, yep.
And they're about the same height. And they're both good players. So now we have a goal kick for Johnson. It's a low kick that's controlled again by Salem temporarily. Down in the corner. Kind of got her boxed in. I don't know if she's going to be able to get the ball back out. It is kicked out to the middle to a Salem player.
Looks like Jordan has it again, going down the left side.
Got a defender to beat.
Better not leave her open. She'll take a shot.
Looks like she's
There goes
still
the
got
shot.
possession.
And there
Yep,
goes another goal.
And in.
A great shot.
She has perfect form on that kick.
She does.
And it's just, you can tell there's some steam on that ball, and it's right where it's supposed to be.
Mm-hmm.
So Jordan scores the 6th goal in the first half for Salem, and there's 14 minutes and 29 seconds to go. And it's been all Salem, as I guess we kind of expected. It was going to be somewhat in the favor of the Spirits, but it's been total domination, the ball keeping it down on the other end of the field. Here we go with an attempt to get the ball down this end. Is taken away by the Salem defender.
Sent right back down the field.
And here we go with another...
Seems like we got a run going on. Johnson takes it back over. And taken back over from Salem. Bridget passes it out to the left side to Morgan.
Who beats a defender and is taking it down the field.
Down the left side
Finds
again.
Jordan again.
Mm-hmm.
From right there, she had to shoot it. She's right dead on. There it is.
Looks like a
That's
cross
in the middle.
And an own goal.
Looks like a deflection off the Johnson defender, just off the side of her leg.
So that one will probably go to Jordan as well.
Mm-hmm.
You think the goalkeeper or scorekeeper's having a little bit of issue. Who are we going to give it to? On goal. Okay.
On goal, yep.
Looks like Megan is on the field, and
Is that Shelby? Is that
I think that might be Lexi
Lexi?
and Jasmine as well.
So the score is now 7-0. 13 and a half minutes yet to play in the first half.
A lot of substitutions from Salem.
I think we've only got 2 starters left on the field now.
The ball is controlled again by Salem at midfield.
In for the Spirits, number 33, Megan Menard.
And Becky has a opportunity to go to goal. Gets shut down by a...
Great play by a left-footed defender. She that ball was right out in front of the goal, and she booted it out of bounds to slow down the Salem attack. But they will get a throw in on their end of the field.
And it looks like Liz is coming onto the field now for Sydney.
But it looks like Liz is going to go up top and Morgan's going to come back, play center back.
Again, the defender kicks it out.
In for the Spirits, number 14, Liz Smetana.
Got some control by Salem down the right side.
Working the ball around.
And Johnson takes it back over.
Again, it's going to be controlled by Salem now. Well, it was controlled temporarily by Johnson, but they again there was like a
bouncing around
little
there.
pinball action, bouncing off a head and a shoulder, and now it's back down. Going to be a kick out of bounds. Throw in will be going the other direction with Salem in possession.
Like Salem's got control in the midfield. Gets it out to the left side. Is that Megan, I believe?
Yep. She gets across into the middle. Johnson finds it.
Ooh,
Liz gets a touch towards goal, and
it's going to be
Sierra's
saved
on
by. There's a
Sierra with
nice
a cross
shot
and
for
a goal.
That was
It's always
kinda,
happy when Sierra scores because she doesn't very often. But
I don't know
that was
if she
beautiful.
was trying to put it in front of the net or she really was trying to score, but she kind of blooped it just over the
she
goalie's
sure
hand.
did.
Well, whenever that happens, you always say
Yeah.
you're trying to score.
Yeah, and it found the left side of the net, and all of a sudden we have an 8-0 score with 11:35 to play, and it's. I guess it should be real exciting. Everybody's screaming, but the fans are kind of sitting in their hands, like, this is getting a little old.
Yeah. Sierra did look pretty excited for that one with her fist raised in the air.
Yeah, you always like to see players that don't play a lot, aren't starters, get out and really show they can play the game. And I'm sure it builds their morale to know that I can go out and play with these people. And again, the Spirits kick it back down to their end of the field. Looks like the Johnston players are understandably getting a little tired. They've been running, for 35 minutes now, 34 minutes nonstop, and with no substitutions. I don't think he's made any subs yet.
I think he made one.
Did he make his?
Yeah,
okay.
I saw one come in. I think in the 25th minute or so.
So 8-0 score at your 10.5 minute mark here with Salem again down, and goalie comes out of the net, and she did get her foot on it, but that was a dangerous play. If
she wasn't the goalie.
And another ball sent in from Salem.
A touch off of.
Oh,
it was a almost
Shot
poked
by
through by
Liz.
Liz. Yeah,
wish she would have gotten that.
I know, because she has the best celebrations.
Spirit shot. Save for Williams.
Seems Johnson's just trying to get it out of their side right now.
I will say, in their defense, they have been working hard.
Yes,
Haven't
they
given
have.
up. These games are always tough for teams.
Mm-hmm. They do get good touches, so right now they got pretty good control in front of our box, but taken back over by Salem.
And it's out on
it should
Salem.
be a throw in for Johnson down here on their end of the field, with the shadows starting to come over the field on this end.
Mm-hmm.
Temperature going down a little bit. It's not
Getting a little breezy.
Yeah.
Wish I had a jacket.
Yeah. So here goes the throw in by Johnson player on the far side. No, it's a
it's a
kick.
kick.
Oh, I guess it was a
It's a
foul on
handball?
Salem.
Must have called
no,
a-
I think it was a foul.
It may have been there was contact, but
Salem wins it out of the air, and they're dribbling on up the field.
now we got a break. Well, if the goalie comes out, does put a foot on it, but it's right back to another Salem player.
And back to Johnson.
And now Johnson comes up to midfield, does get it across the midfield stripe, and they do have a player down the right side, but to know, it gets by the defender, and
Goalie picks it up. Wouldn't really call it a shot, but
no,
it was a good offensive effort.
Yeah. Oh,
Ooh.
right in the face. Wow.
Becky took it like a champ.
Now, when you get hit, if you were playing, do you try to just bite your tongue and keep on playing like
Yep. Like nothing happened?
I'm not going to be a baby. I'm not going to stop.
That's right.
Exactly.
Looks like another through ball for Salem, but Johnson's a little bit faster. And get to the ball first and able to hit it out of bounds to the sideline.
Oh, and Salem has 2 more subs coming on. Looks like Stephanie Verdi and Gracie
In for the Spirits.
and Shelby.
That's Shelby. She looks very similar to the...
Yes, Shelby and Jasmine look very similar.
Yeah, they
Same
do.
hair.
Yep.
Long, dark ponytail.
So that was close. Thought it was Shelby earlier.
7:45 to go. 8-0 to score.
Looks like Salem takes a shot on goal from the half.
Yeah,
From
pretty far
midfield.
out.
But it didn't quite make it. A little bit of kicking action and bouncing around, trying to get control from one of the teams.
Looks like a lot of standing around. Everybody's kind of
Getting tired.
Yeah. Johnson is bringing the ball up. We'll see how far they can get. They did get beyond midfield, but
They've
it
only got
is-
one. Yep, taken over by
Lexi.
Lexi. Okay, Salem player.
Looks like Johnson touches the ball out.
This game kind of reminds me of the Lynchburg game that, of course, they beat Salem and they're number 3 in the country, but they kind of had their way with the ball and just kept it the whole game. So it's got a lot of the same thing going on here today. I'm sure the difference is Johnson has no substitutes. He only got two people on the bench, and they're going to all have to play for the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
Another chance for Salem. There's a shot,
Oh, nice cross in.
but it is knocked out, but stays right in the front of the Johnson net. She does put the ball out to the right side. It's not going to go out of bounds, is it? I guess it is.
Yep.
It's another throw in for Salem.
Looked like they had some more substitutes because I think now I see Jackie and Emily on the field.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good idea
Yep.
by Salem.
Again, it's controlled at midfield by Salem. There's a pass out to the right side. It's intercepted by Johnson, but again, now it's taken over by Johnson as they come down toward
Salem
the
defender.
Salem. But they're taking it's a 3-on-4 situation.
Looked like a little confusion back there, but
One was clearing it, and one thought it was a pass. Looks like they take it back over after the throw-in, though.
It's cleared out to midfield by Salem. Goes off the foot of a Johnson player. They do have control momentarily, but again, it's right away there's aggressive defense, and it's immediately stopped any kind of penetration on the Salem defense. That went out of bounds
Poked out
off
by
of
Salem, yeah.
Salem. So it'll be a throw in with 4:57 to go, and again the score is 8-0. Your Salem Spirits on top. And we have some action right down here in front of us, but it is going to be cleared out to midfield by Salem. Defender missed a header.
and looks like Salem's going to win that ball back.
It's loose down the opposite side of us. Johnson's got it. And it's down the line. Recovered by Salem.
She turns and brings it right back up the field. Really not a lot of resistance by the Johnson defender. Once she turned, it was going to go the other way.
Mm-hmm.
It's knocked out by Bridget, I believe. Johnson with the throw in. And Salem quickly recovers and clears it out.
But Johnson did
may
control
have an
that.
opportunity here.
Might be offsides. They didn't call it.
Shut down by Shelby and sent back down the line by Gracie up to Stephanie.
That was a kick out of bounds by Johnson. So Salem again with a throw in. And it is kicked maybe out of bounds. Nope, stayed in play.
Still in.
We're still 8-0 with 3.5 minutes left in the half.
Oh.
What was that?
Not sure if that was offsides or out of bounds. I would assume it's out of bounds. So it looks like a throw for Johnson.
Yeah, they have a throw in out over
Yeah.
behind the fans that are on the bleachers that we don't have a good enough vantage point to see where it went out. But again, it's cleared back down to Salem's end of the field. It is kicked out, I believe, by
Johnson.
So another throw in. And it's down into the corner, which is also out of our viewing range.
Looks like a cross on the ground from Salem into the center of the field. Looks like they're
There's
passing
some
the ball around the
contact.
ball.
Wow.
Cleared out of bounds by Johnson. I think Gracie's with the throw. Looks like they're about to try and switch the fields up here.
See if they can get another shot off before half.
Yep.
And there
Megan
it
with the
is.
shot.
Keeper comes out.
Blocked by the goalie.
Does make a save. 2 minutes and 15 seconds. The goal kick is controlled by Salem.
Not quite sure.
Yeah, it looks like Shelby has the ball right now and is working to get around some defenders.
Seems like she got some people over trying to help her out.
And Johnson clears the ball, but Salem sends it right back in.
With the header off of, is that
Emily.
Emily? Okay. Seems like Bethany did a research here.
Yeah.
I'm just really good with names. Once I hear your name once, I'm going to know it.
I mean, both of you know all these players come in and out. I have no idea who you're talking about unless I have a roster in front of me. So it's going to be a
Free kick, I
free
believe.
kick, or is it a free kick? It's not a corner kick, is it?
I'm not sure if it's a corner or a free kick.
Seems like Morgan's getting up there
It's
to
going
take it.
It's a free kick.
Yeah,
route,
free
Yeah,
kick.
it's definitely
15, about 10 yards in from the sideline. So see what Salem can do with this free kick.
Oh, plays
Seems
an
like
easy
an
ball on the
Easy ball
ground.
into the
Seems like a little too much of a touch
yeah.
from Shelby, I believe.
That ball was headed out of bounds, but it was actually kept in by a Johnson player, and that just kept the ball at Salem's in for another chance for a shot on goal. They have a throw in coming right around the 18, but it's controlled by a Johnson defender.
A lot of pressure from Salem.
Looks like Jasmine with the ball coming up the midfield.
Looking for something.
Is it a little
Great
touch off to
pass.
Stephanie?
Great pass. Ooh.
Cleared out by
A
Johnson
defender.
player to the side. They're off to the races up there.
Not
It is-
sure what's happening.
It's saved in the corner by a Salem player, and she centers it
Liz got
again.
control there in the box.
There's a great
And
chance for
shot
a shot.
by Stephanie.
Ah.
And
Oh.
another shot.
And
a
goal.
goal by Megan. I believe that's Megan, right?
That was Megan, yeah.
Yes.
Right before the buzzer, she scores the 9th Salem goal, and the scoreboard
Just went out.
has gone blank.
3 seconds remaining.
3 seconds
3
remaining.
seconds.
Good goal.
Not sure what happened to the power of the scoreboard.
But that is goal number 9, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Goal for Salem.
So we'll have 3 seconds to conclude the first half in a very dominating fashion. Salem has come out, and after it took them a little while to get going, but once they did, it was they've been pouring it on with 9 goals here in the first half. That is going to bring us to the end of the first half.
Mm-hmm. Salem's up 9-0 with goals from very many different people, so that's always a good thing.
We should be getting a stat sheet.
Okay.
I usually do. From Melissa. She'll send someone over with and this stat sheet's going to be mainly who scored what goal,
Mm-hmm.
because everything that
Stephanie Birdie with
I mean, it's been all Salem, and obviously, it's a mismatch. But as you were saying earlier, it gives everybody some game time experience.
Mm-hmm.
Kids that you may be calling on because of injuries or whatever, and they've actually been on the field facing competition. And it's I know you can practice every day all week, but until you're out there in game conditions, I think you would attest to this. That's when you really learn how to play soccer and how good you are. When there's because you play against teammates or you practice, there's give and take,
Mm-hmm.
But another team comes in, and the coach calls your name, and you're going to play like you're a star, like you're a starter, because you have to. You have to give everything you got when you're on the field. So Coach Callahan, we were laughing earlier about what you're going to say at halftime, and you said he'll probably have a few things. And they did have a little, I think, a letdown when they started the game. They didn't come out on fire. And I know sometimes athletes have a tendency to look at stats and records too much.
Mm-hmm.
And they have already made up their mind that, this is not going to be a real competitive game. And then it shows in your attitude on the field, I think. But once they started doing what they were supposed to do and play soccer, I mean, the goals came pretty easily. And they've had some great shots by some of the players.
Mm-hmm.
That one shot from, I guess she scored 2 goals from that area over there. What was it?
Jordan
Lanier. I mean, that's, against anybody, that's some really good shots.
Well, I think I'm going to have to sign off here, Mike.
You're going to have to leave?
I have to catch a flight out of Charlotte at 8:30, so I need to go get some dinner.
You better hurry up. It's 5:30 now.
I know. I'm going to go find my ride. So.
Well, thanks for stopping by and helping us on the broadcast.
Thank you for having me.
You did a great job.
Thank you. I enjoyed it. I do always love talking about Salem soccer, so it wasn't too hard of a job.
Now we're going to leave it in the hands of Bethany, right? Everything is.
No.
We'll see. She gets a little awkward sometimes, but you just got to keep her talking.
We might have to find somebody, bring somebody else in over here.
Well, again, thank you for stopping by.
Thank you.
And here comes my stat sheet. You can always depend on stat sheet.
Let's see what this is.
Oh my! The bottom half of the page is goals. We have Taryn Johnson scored the first goal with an assist from Taylor Norman. Then Taylor Norman scored the next 2 goals. She had an assist from Sydney Priest and Morgan Canepa.
Canepa.
I've been saying it wrong for 5 games now.
She'll forgive you. She's used to it.
And Summer Rich scored a goal with an assist from Sydney Priest. And then we have these 3 Jordan Lanier unassisted goals in a row. And that was quite a performance. And then you said you wanted to see Sierra Hutchins score, and she scored a goal unassisted. Yep. And Megan Menard with an assist from Stephanie Verdi. Mm-hmm. And that added up to 9 goals in a 45-minute first half. Mm-hmm. The shots on the stat sheet show Johnson with 2 shots total and Salem with 21, which is understandable with the ball being possessed. I would say 43 out of the 45 minutes probably on the other half of the field, and that may be being generous. Saves for the keeper, Jules Williams. She had 7 saves for Johnson University. And they did give Paige Ketchum that 1 save when the ball came in front. Well, if she hadn't been standing there, it would have been a goal, even though it wasn't, so it was a save. So the stats tell the story of the game. It's 9-0. Salem comes in with a 12-3 record. So they'll be hopefully 13-3 after this game.
Hopefully so.
That's the plan.
So we have 45 more minutes, Bethany. We got to talk about something for the next 11 minutes. We talk about your history as a high school player. How's that?
High school.
Remember that?
Vaguely. That was a long time ago.
But again, thanks for coming by.
Thank you, Mike.
We will definitely, if you're around for the Agnes Scott game. Well, of course, you probably won't be.
I will not be. I have to actually work. So
you have to work?
Yeah, I work in athletics, so I have 2 volleyball games and a football game to work this weekend. So.
Oh, really? Well, good. Well, good luck to you. And again, thank you for coming by.
Yep, you too.
Now we're going to turn our attention to Bethany.
All right.
When you come back to a game like this, Bethany, does it obviously when you go back to a school you attended, whether it's high school or college, to bring back some memories of, and you kind of remember a game maybe that you played on this field and something you did special that really got the team going?
Oh, definitely. I mean, this is actually my first home game back since I graduated in May. So been a lot of emotions being back on their home field.
And you get to see a lot of your old friends, your some of your probably teachers that were here. And does it seem like that you actually played soccer here? I mean, now that you're an adult now and you're moving on in life, do you reflect on it and think, wow, I know you got a good education here at Salem College?
Yes, one of the best.
And now that you are finished with your schooling, what are you doing as a career?
Well, I actually graduated from Salem with a double major in education and history, and I got my license to teach grades 6 through 12.
Wow.
So right now I am working on a full-time job. I'm still waiting on my license, so I'm working part-time in a learning center, and then I will begin substitute teaching until I get a full-time job.
Now you're looking to go into the public school systems as a teacher? You know, that being a school teacher in today's society, I think it's a great career. But what kind of challenges do you see if you come in and teach? You said from 6 through 12.
Yes.
Now you're a very young-looking young lady, and if you walk in the halls of a high school, you're going to kind of. And I see a lot of young teachers at one of the high schools that I go to quite a bit. They kind of blend in as
students.
Because they're just But also, I think younger teachers bring a mindset that the students can relate to.
Oh, definitely.
Versus, and nothing against. I mean, some of the teachers who have been around 25 or 30 years will probably have forgotten more than we'll ever know. But do you think you'll have, an easy time communicating and getting your point across to these younger generation kids that are? Because public schools are a little bit different than private schools.
Yeah. I mean, I don't necessarily think that it will be easy. A lot of things for teachers. There's a lot of challenges that they're up against. And And communication is a big thing with kids because, every student's going to be different. Every student's going to react to things that you say differently. So it's definitely important to keep that in mind when you're working with kids, especially teenagers, going through all that they're going through. But no, I think my age is definitely something that I can use to an advantage because a lot of the things that these students are going through now, I just recently went through. And, a lot of the things that they experience and they can relate to, I can also relate to. So I think that's definitely something that I should use to my advantage in the classroom.
And you may have a lot of common interests with these these students because,
exactly.
as you say, your career or your lifespan is closer to theirs than the older teachers.
Mm-hmm.
But do you have any interest in coaching when you get up into your teaching ranks?
Yeah, I've looked at a couple of different opportunities. We'll see what happens. I'm in contact with a couple of coaches, kind of seeing what can come out of it. So most of the high school seasons back at home in Northern Virginia are in the spring, so we still have a little bit of time.
And you played high school soccer in Virginia.
Yes.
What was your high school?
Stonewall Jackson.
That's a great name. And you had, did you play any travel soccer in your youth?
Yes.
And kind of like every weekend?
Sabrina are broadcasting. Are you staying till tomorrow?
We have
Tonight.
One of Bethany's fans. No,
it's actually Coach Callahan's mother.
Oh, really?
That's okay. We're just having a side conversation.
That's the advantage of sitting out in the open. People can walk up and talk to you, which happens all the time when I'm broadcasting, or people will come up to you and ask you something that would take 5 minutes to answer, and they think you got time to answer it. But that was just a visitor came by that recognized a former player. But we were talking about your travel career with soccer teams, and were you one of the families that you were going to tournaments about every weekend?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah,
it was constant throughout my childhood.
Yeah, but see, someone who takes it serious like you did. I mean, you played all the way through high school and in college, and probably you know enough about the sport that I would probably imagine you will be a pretty good coach, because some schools you'll get a coach that has never played that sport,
mm-hmm.
and because of budget restraints and whatever, they'll just say you're going to coach this sport. But when you get someone who has as much experience as someone like you, when you tell a player this is what you should do, then they will probably respect that because you've been there and done that.
Yeah. I mean, you definitely have to be careful with how you say things coming from or becoming a coach that was a player, because I know sometimes people have played their entire lives. It's hard for them to have an open mind and see some other perspectives when they become a coach. So I feel like there's two extremes there. But, yeah, definitely I think that my experience can only help me as a coach.
But I think, too, some of your better coaches, they're willing to change because, the game changes every year. New things come up. And if these coaches that go to these clinics and learn these new techniques, and I think Jay's the kind of coach that he thrives on improving and learning things. He doesn't just sit back and do it because we did it this way 10 years ago. And I think that's why he's been able to attract such great, talented players in large numbers. I mean,
mm-hmm.
It's you could have 15 players and have a pretty good program, but he's got 30 young ladies that are dressed out here playing soccer, and a lot of them could be starting at a lot of small colleges.
Oh, definitely.
But and how did you come in contact with Mr. Callahan?
Jay actually recruited me. I think he saw me play at 2 different tournaments out in Greensboro and Fayetteville, I believe.
I know when I first met Jay, I looked at the roster and I said, you got a player I think he had a player from Wyoming at that time. And he's got one from Texas. And I said, do you go recruit these players? He says, no, I go to tournaments. And, I said, well, how do you know who to recruit? He says, you just have to know, and you pick out the right one, and then you interview them. And he said not everybody that he recruits, he ends up bringing them to Salem because you got to be able to fit this environment.
Yeah, definitely.
An all-girls school. and in the middle of downtown. Winston-Salem is a great place.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I've lived here 8 years, and it's a great place to live. And being this close to all the action downtown, I'm sure when you were on campus here, you had a lot of things going on. There's always things going on here in town.
Mm-hmm.
And when I first came on the campus to cover the soccer, I noticed that the parents and other friends come and support the teams, and I'm looking forward to doing some of the other sports here at the school, because I think there'll be a great following, and the atmosphere, I think, would be unbelievable, particularly in a basketball game.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
basketball has a huge following here.
because you know, again, you go out and you get these good players, and they come to a small school like this, and it gives them a chance to do something they may not otherwise be able to get done. Not everybody's going to be a Division I player. You know, not everybody's going to be recruited by the top schools in the country. And this program is an example of there's a lot of talent in all sports, and it gives these young ladies a great opportunity. Now, from your past experience, is Jay going to start the second half with starters, or is he going to keep that same group that finished the first half? What do you think he's going to do?
I think it'll be a mix. Probably a few starters just to make sure the team gets up and gets their momentum going right away from the start of the half. But he's definitely going to use this game to rest some of those key players, since they do have such a big game coming up on Saturday, and give other players who don't get the chance to play an opportunity to really show themselves. You know, like these are the great games for players who don't get a lot of opportunities. Because here, you know, Jay's still watching. He's still looking to see, you know, okay, we're up 9-0, but are you still going to work like this was a 0-0 game? You know, are you fighting for every ball? Are you running as hard as you can? Are you, you know, supporting the team the best you can? And so that's a really key part of this for the players who are looking for more playing time, you know, just working hard and realizing that just because you're up doesn't mean that this is a time to slack off.
Right. Well, the clock is down under a minute here at the intermission, but the teams are back out on the field. The referees are waiting at midfield for Salem and for Johnson. I guess it's Johnson University. And the Shadows have now almost covered the first half, almost the whole field now. Now, if it goes according to plan, Bethany, we're going to see a lot of action right in front of us, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because Salem's going to be going from our right, which would be the east side of the field, heading toward the west end of the field. So hopefully we'll get to see some close-up action of the maybe some more goals.
Yeah. We should definitely see a lot of gameplay down here.
We're down to 2 seconds. Teams are huddled on the sidelines, and the horn says it's time to resume the ball game. Another 45-minute half. And I suppose you want to come out with the attitude that the score is 0-0. Because if you don't, and I've heard Jay say this plenty of times, you know, you play the game in halves, and once this first half's over, don't worry about what the score is. Now you got to go play the second half and play just like it's 0-0. So
exactly,
we'll see if the players respond and if they are able to continue putting the pressure on Johnson. And if they do, obviously, as we said, the ball will be down right in front of us, and we'll probably get to hear them grunting and screaming and pushing and whatever else they do when they get aggressive down here or into the field.
Yeah, and it looks like he's putting in the same team that came off from the half. I believe Sydney's back on the field. But other than that, it looks like most of the players that we saw at the end of the first half.
So he's going to let these young ladies kind of pick up where they left off, I guess, and see how it goes. And I'm sure he knows in the back of his mind if things get out of hand, then you have to come back with the starters and try to regain control of the ball game. But there's been very little resistance on the part of the Johnson defense here today. Salem will have possession in the first to start the second half. And the keeper for Johnson runs out. She's got is that a knee brace or?
Yep, looks like on her left knee.
On her left knee. So we're down on this end of the field, and the Spirits again are bringing it right down toward the net, and they've cleared it back out, set it up for a. It's like a play down the centered.
Cross across the middle, but it gets sent out by Johnson. Again,
it's controlled by Salem. And they are back on the attack. 9-0 as we start the second half here in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. Salem College on top of Johnson University from Tennessee. This is Mike and Bethany coming to you live on TriadSportsCoverage.com. There's a chance for another shot on goal.
Oh,
the
goalie
goalkeeper
tips it.
did tip it, and it is.
Sent out.
She tried to use her body and put it into the net, but it went wide right. That was a real golden opportunity for Salem.
Yeah.
They missed a great chance when that ball bounced free out of that keeper's hands. There, somebody's got to be there to pounce right on it and put it right back in the net. But so a goal kick for Johnson goes almost to midfield, but it is controlled by Salem, and they're on the attack again. There's a foul called. Someone from Salem went on the ground. I can't see her number.
I believe that was Jordan who got taken down.
Number
and
27, yeah.
Emily is going to take the free kick just outside of the box. Could be a shot. She has a pretty powerful foot as well.
So here goes the kick, and it is.
Oh, a nice shot.
Now it's going to be. Goalie actually had it in her hands, but I guess it was strong enough that it bounced out off the end line, and the always dangerous corner kick is coming up.
Corner kick coming up for Salem. Alfaro to kick.
Looks like Johnson gets the ball first.
That was kind of a short and low corner kick, and but it is controlled again by Salem, and they're down, threatening to add to the score. We got a corner kick again. 42 minutes and 30 seconds with a 9-0 lead, and 11 substitute players on the field for Salem, giving these kids a lot of game time action. There's a beautiful corner kick.
Headed out by Johnson.
Oh, that was a
wide shot by Salem.
She ran up on it and left-footed it and put a hook on it, and it was wide to the right side of the goal. Goes over the end line, and it'll be a goal kick for Johnson. And again, Salem
wins the ball back.
Takes it right back and comes right back down. I call offsides against Salem.
Yeah, that was a really close call.
That was, I don't...
Looked just like maybe her foot.
and we have a good vantage point because we're right across the field from the call, so... Maybe the 9-0 score had something to do with that call.
Yeah.
Going to be a Johnson throw-in. It's kicked out over by the Johnson bench on the far side of the field.
And Salem wins the ball, sends it down, but it looks like the defender's going to get to it first.
But it is immediately, it's controlled by Salem. Here goes a clear shot on goal. She passes it out. That was almost going to be a great shot on goal, but
Johnson took over.
Johnson had their defenders in the right position and pushed the ball out.
Yeah, they definitely have some speed on them.
Mm-hmm. Throw in is controlled by Johnson, but at midfield is controlled by Salem. Ball's kind of bouncing around the circle, and no one's taking control of it.
Looks like Salem's going to have it here. Oh, and Johnson takes it right back.
But Salem, there's some contact, but Salem does have the ball. Boots it out of bounds right into the waiting arms of a Johnson substitute sitting in the nice covered bench area. That was probably good when it was really hot and sunny, wasn't it, instead of that sunlight?
Oh, yeah.
Of course, you never sat on the bench, I'm sure. You were on the field. And it goes over in the corner, controlled by Johnson, but it is just kicked freely down the field. It is actually controlled again by Johnson. But at midfield, it stops.
Looks like some messy passes from Salem, but they are keeping possession.
Here we go with the breakaway.
Becky gets
She's
there
got
before
control.
the goalie.
There's some
Goalie's
contact.
out. And Becky
The ball is
scores.
in. She did score. So
Goalie almost had that one.
that was looked like it's going to be a lot easier than it came out to be. But the keeper made a great play, just couldn't stop it. So with 39:28 to play in this game, it's 10-0. What's the most goals that you remember in the game scored that you played in? I'm sure y'all have scored 10 goals before.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't want to go too high, but I want to say there was a game where we had 13 or 14.
Wow.
Maybe 15.
Yeah, and sometimes, I mean, you just can't help it. You can't tell your team not to try to score.
Yeah. I mean, there are certain things that you can do.
You can say you got to have 4 or 5 touches or whatever before you try to go toward, but you can't, like now, with Salem totally controlling the midfield area and keeping the ball down on their end. There's not, the other team's not going to have a chance of scoring.
Well, and these players also, since they aren't always, getting in that many minutes in these tougher games, these are the moments where they want to show that
Exactly.
they can score too.
Exactly, and that's I think sometimes fans don't understand when a team keeps scoring, but as you say, you're putting players on the field. This is their time to show the people in the stands that here's what I can do.
Yeah, and I mean, looking from the other team's perspective, you never want to have the team that you're playing against give up on you and stop trying to play
Right.
their hardest just because you're down. So.
Right. Nice play. Ball is taken back by Johnson down the right side. See if they can clear the midfield. Goes over Salem's defender, rolls out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in coming back toward the Salem end of the field. That's down where we don't get to see it in the corner. But the throw-in comes in, not really controlled by anybody, but now
It's kind of up in the air.
Yeah, and that call, I think that ball went out.
It looks like it hit off a Johnson player.
Yep, they're going to award the throw-in this way. So here comes the throw-in. That
Nice throw and a good ball across the field.
it's right in the center. Here comes the, there's an offsides, I think. Looked like it. Ooh.
And a big shot up.
Ooh.
Just over the goal.
Now that shot looked like she got under it too much instead of driving the ball. It was kind of
Yeah.
just the opposite of what Jordan Lanier did. She drove the ball about 4 feet off the ground, and it just hooked right into the net. But a lot of soccer players have that same problem. They'll be wide open, and they'll just kick a fly ball up in the air. And
Yeah, sometimes you always get, a little nervous when you have a lot of time to think about, okay, well, it's almost my time for a shot, and overthinking it can definitely mess you up.
mm-hmm. The ball is kicked over the end line. It'll be a goal kick for Johnson. And that kick, we actually have some numbers of players now, Bethany. I didn't even realize that. If we look at our stat sheet,
Oh, now we have rosters.
yeah, and they only got one substitute. So I see number 3 is Holly Wagner. Number 4 is Anna Fales. In case your parents are listening out in internet land. That was a great
nice
play
save
by
by
Wagner.
Johnson.
She saved that.
And Jasmine's carrying the ball down the field now for Salem. Plays it off to
Oh,
Stephanie.
nice pass. See if we can outrun the Johnson player. Got it down in the corner.
Not going to roll out of bounds, though.
And it is taken back by Salem, but it is kicked to a Johnson player. It goes out of
Off
bounds.
Salem's foot.
Goes off of number 17. Was that Jasmine Romero?
Yes, that's Jasmine.
Well, that was Macy Dyer, number 14. She's not going to do the throw in. She's going to let her teammate Holly Wagner throw it in. It's kind of neat having names and numbers now.
Yes, makes it much easier to let everyone know what's going on.
Number 10 is Lori Morgan. I see her out on the field. Number 6 is Maddie Holt for Johnson. Number 17 for Johnson is not on the roster. That's not good.
It looks like Johnson sends a long ball down over the end line, so it should be a goal kick for Salem.
So we have Sarah Slate's in goal now for since middle of the first half, I think, when she came in for Paige. And actually, she came in at the 15:50 mark. So
looks like she's coming out now.
Now on the field for the Spirits, number 32, Richie Hutchins.
Richie Hutchins is the
New goalkeeper. Also in number 14, Liz Smetana.
so Liz Smetana is in for Salem, and
Richie, I believe, is
Richie
in goal now.
Richie Hutchins is the goalkeeper now for Salem with 33 minutes and 50 seconds to go in the ball game. 10-0 in favor of Salem.
Oh, nice ball over the top from Shelby to Liz.
1-on-2, but she does manage. Well, if she kicks it out of bounds, it goes off the Johnson's foot. That would be number. Can't read that number. Turn around, young lady.
I believe it's number 9.
Is it 9?
Yes.
Kimmy Templeton comes in the ball game for Salem. She's a freshman out of North Davidson. She usually plays keeper, but again, I guess he wants everyone to have a little game time action today, and so she's playing. Looks like in the midfield area.
Forward, I believe.
Is it forward? Is she up? Okay, yeah, she was. I was thinking we're going the other way. We're going this way. There's the ball down in the corner being fought for by
Stephanie
Holly Wagner and Stephanie Verdi from Salem.
Kind of loose and scrambling in the middle.
Ooh, there's a shot on goal.
By Gracie.
No one's there to get the rebound. That was another opportunity blown by Salem. That ball bounced out 3 or 4 feet. Would have been a great opportunity. I'm sure in a close ball game there have been people right on top of it.
Oh, definitely.
Whoop, missed a header.
And
Another shot that's wide. It's going to go across the end line. Should be a goal kick for Johnson and number 17. And I apologize, we do not have number 17 on our roster that we have. That was provided at halftime.
In for Salem, number 23, Richard Schindel.
So we got another.
Number 7, Lindsay Began, and number 5, Grace Williams.
Okay, number 7 is Lindsay Began, and number 5 is Grace. He said Grace Williams. Her name is not on our list either.
Salem wins the goal kick.
Ball is controlled by Salem. This is just another version of the first half, it looks like, with the ball being played on Salem's end. Nice pass.
Yes.
Number 5.
Across.
Ooh, left foot just a little bit wide.
Good effort by Salem.
That was Kimberly Templeton, the usual goalkeeper. I bet her eyes lit up when she had a chance to score. Controlled at midfield by Salem. Down the right side.
Shelby plays the ball out to Destiny.
She can cross it over. Nope, she kicks it over the end line.
Oh, it looks like a corner.
Ooh.
Looks like it was off Johnson's foot,
So
I guess.
went off number 17's foot. That was well, from our vantage point, we're too far away to see it. So it was a great call by the referee.
Now on the field for the Spirits, number 25, Jacqueline Hogue.
Looks like Jackie's going to join us on the field for Shelby.
So Jackie Hogue comes on the field. And the corner kick is going to be... Oh.
Looks like it might have curved out of bounds.
Yep, it landed out of bounds and will end up being a goal kick with 30 minutes to go in the ball game. Johnson trying to get it across midfield, but as soon as that ball is kicked, we have one or two defenders right around the Johnson player trying to prevent any further progress down the field, and they have actually called a foul against Salem.
Yeah. Liz with a little bit too much pushing. Owen sends a good ball up the middle to Stephanie, but Johnson defender gets there first.
Throw in going the opposite direction will be a throw in for Johnson on the far side, just between the two benches. Whoop, she faked that throw in. She's going to try it again.
Looks like Salem wins the ball. Nice
Kimmy
through
was
ball
pointing
by
down the
Emily.
field, and she took off after that pass. Great play. Right in the right above
just
it.
over the goal. Nice shot by Kimmy.
That was a great left-footed shot. Perfect. It just 3 inches above the crossbar.
And a great ball by Emily. It looks like Shelby is back on the field.
Kimberly Templeton.
And Jordan as well. I believe that's Jordan.
In for Salem, number 27, Cassie Smith.
Or Cassie, excuse me.
Cassie.
Shelby Alfaro.
So for Johnson, that was Lori Morgan trying to control the ball, number 10. It is at midfield, but there's just so much pressure put on them by Salem. They just can't penetrate any further than just right beyond the midfield line.
It looks like here they have one opportunity, but the goalie picks it up pretty easily. Ball snuck through the middle.
Yeah, it did. You were saying earlier about how much credit you want to give Johnson because these young ladies are really playing their hearts out. They don't slow down, they don't stop. They're going after every ball, and sometimes when you're outmanned, I mean it's tough, but they still hang in there.
Well, and I mean that can be the difference in a close game. You know, who's going to work harder?
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to fight for that last ball? Who's going to fight to get off that last shot? So definitely got to give credit to Johnson for not giving up and putting their heads down.
27 minutes. Ball is free kick from midfield, goes out in front of is picked up by the keeper.
And thrown right back out to
Throws
Liz.
it to almost the midfield, headed down the left sideline. Gets it by one defender, and it is kicked out of bounds by number 17 for Johnson. And we apologize for not knowing that young lady's name. There's a battle down the sideline for the ball. It does go out off number 17 again. Throw in for Salem.
Oh, and a nice flick.
Here we go with another right in front of the goal. Here goes the attempted kick by Kimmy.
Oh, a nice shot, just wide.
She pulled it just right off the net.
Yeah, some good work in the middle there by Bridget and Stephanie getting the ball out to Kimmy.
So we have another goal kick. This is number 4. Again, Anna Fales with the kick. Comes down, and the 50-50 ball hits the ground. It is controlled. Ball is kept in. They're going to call a foul on number 22, Shelby Alfaro. No, I guess the foul was against Johnson, and the kick is going to be awarded to Salem. Nice kick right in front. There's a handball that was missed. And Kimmy keeps the ball in play from the left corner. She centers
Big
it
cross.
right in front of the... No one.
And looks like Liz is there with a shot. Goalie picks it up.
That goalie seems like every time she saves it, there's a bounce.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure if this was a real close ball game, that Jay would have pointed that out numerous times to his players that just keep running toward her because it's going to bounce right out in front of you.
Well, and that's one of those things that we were talking about earlier when Sabrina was still here, you know, working on those little things that you can make better so that when you play those harder teams, you know, you're already focused on doing that. So something like following a shot is definitely it can make a big difference in those close games.
It is headed out, I believe, by, no, they're going to say it went off number 3, Holly Wagner, so it'll be a throw-in on Salem's end of the field. It's thrown down the left sideline. Templeton gets her foot on it, but it's cleared back out by Hannah Fales.
Now Salem's working the ball around the field, plays it out wide to Destiny.
Got like a 5-on-2, and they did not capitalize on it. It's cleared back out, but as soon as it's cleared out, it's, someone from Salem runs up from the other end of the field and kicks it back down here. So number 17 clears it out to a waiting Salem player. 24 minutes and counting, 10-0. Macy Dyer to Lori Morgan. It's taken away by Salem at midfield. They're slowed it down and set up for a play, and there goes Templeton down trying to outrun the ball, but that was kicked a little bit too far ahead of her. Holly Wagner. There's some contact between Wagner and Templeton, no call. Again, here's a great pass for Templeton. She beats the defender.
Keeps the ball in, sends it
Crosses
across
it,
the 6.
and it is kicked out of bounds. Nope, didn't go out of bounds. Saved by
Jasmine.
Salem, and Jasmine does a great job keeping control of the ball. One more pass, we'd had a clear shot for the net.
Looks like Cassie wins the ball there and takes a shot.
And it goes across the end line. It's going to be a goal kick. 23 minutes, 10-0 score. Sun's going down. It's getting chilly.
Definitely.
We have no lights at the field, so we have to get this game over.
Well, we have a few small lights, but don't know how much it'll do.
Yeah. So number 17 with the goal kick for Johnson University.
And Liz wins that one and has a shot on goal. Picked up by the goalie.
And the goal kick, or the keeper's kick, was controlled by Salem, and it rolls up toward us, goes past my broadcast point, and it rolls down that embankment. It may be in the whatever.
Oh, yeah, there's a small creek back there.
Okay. So now that ball just ended up in Davidson County, but so Gracie Young comes on the field for Salem. Templeton with the throw in.
Looks for
Perfect
the middle.
location right in the middle of the field. Take the shot.
Oh, and a shot from Bridget just over the goal. It was just very nice work in the middle there.
And it was dead on the goal, but it was just a little bit above.
Definitely some good ball work by Salem.
Yeah, I think this second group is starting to get a little bit more familiar with what they're doing, and they're actually doing some great things with the ball here and really putting pressure on the Salem.
Gracie's going to have a cross to Stephanie.
There it is.
And a goal. Just wide
wow.
by Stephanie Verdi. Thought that one snuck in.
She really didn't put a lot on the ball. She just kind of dragged her foot through it like a putt in golf, and it just rolled right wide of the goal. So
well, sometimes that's all it takes.
Yeah, but I think it was. You had quite a bit of the net wide open if she'd have put her foot on it. Mm-hmm. But we can't criticize a 10-0 lead, right?
Good positioning by the goalie.
Yep, exactly. And the goal kick is controlled by Salem.
Johnson defense gets the ball out.
Number 10, Lori Morgan, trying to control the ball on the far side. The reason I remember her name is there was a country music singer, Lori Morgan, from Tennessee, so it kind of fits right in. There's a dangerous
nice
kick out by Johnson, and Kimmy makes a left-footed attempt. She didn't have all of her body behind. It was like she was falling backwards, just kind of tipped it up a little bit, and it fell a little bit short and went out of bounds.
Not a bad effort.
Not a bad effort at all. I mean, it's, as we said, she plays keeper most of the time, so she's having probably a great time playing forward.
And Emily wins that goal kick, but deflects off another player and goes back to Johnson.
That was number 14, Macy Dyer, but again, it's controlled by Salem.
Kind of
Now it's
bouncing
going
back and forth.
and Johnson kicks it to a Salem player, and Salem kicks it to a Johnson player, and that's not the way to move the ball down the field. Oop, little contact, no call, and ball that was kicked into the back of a player.
A lot of confusion here right now. Ball bouncing back and forth between the players.
Now the ball is down in the other end of the field with the play by
Emily.
She kicks it out on the sideline. I believe it's going to be a throw-in. So it'll be a throw-in for Johnson. So this is the first time this half that Johnson's had the ball down near the end line. Maybe a corner kick coming up. I think that went off the defender. So, and this is probably the first corner kick of the game for Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson's first corner kick. So let's see what they can do here.
Looks like we got 4 more players warming up on the sideline for Salem. Probably going to be coming in here maybe in a little bit. Goes the corner kick. It's kicked back out by Salem.
Yeah, it looks like Shelby got on that. And
then it's
Judson sends it back in. Or Johnson, excuse me.
That's Rachel 50 and number 18 trying to control it down the corner. It is kicked out by a Salem player. So it will remain on the Johnson end of the field. This is really the first sustained attack they've made in the whole game. It's been entirely played at the other end of the field. So we'll see if they might be able to put one in the net. It's down in the far corner with Salem trying to clear it out. And it is close to going in the goal. It was right in front of the net, headed off to the side. There's some contact. Don't know if he may have called that foul because the Salem player had a nice, what they call a body block in football, and put it on the ground. It is a free kick by number 13, Brooke Fowler, for Johnson. And her kick is not on the way. No, it is right. Great location for that kick.
Yeah, definitely. And it looks like Emily gets her head on it to get it out.
That was a dangerous. They had a great chance of scoring there.
Yep. Looks like Bridget makes a big clearance down the field for Salem. Got 2 players on the ground and throw in coming towards Salem. Yeah, good tackle for Johnson.
Or throw in, or I guess it's throw in. Have a substitute coming in for Johnson. Number 6 is Maddie Holt.
Looks like Jasmine's coming back on the field for Jackie.
16 minutes to play. Throw in. And bounce back and forth, but it ends up in possession of Salem.
Nice through ball.
Great. Over to the right side. Great angle. Here goes a shot.
Shot by Gracie that's picked up by the goalie.
Did you notice that one of the Salem players was right in the goalkeeper's face on that one? I wonder if Jay or Coach Moore said something after, you're giving up more opportunities by not going for the rebound. To follow your shots. Here goes another opportunity for Salem. Get it down deep in the corner.
And
it's crossed, and here comes Templeton. Oh,
just wide.
If that ball would have been a little bit lower, I think Templeton would have driven it right by the net. That was my phone ringing, Bethany, and I just ignored it. Because we have 15 minutes of soccer yet to play here at Salem College on a beautiful fall evening in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. goal kick controlled by Salem. Templeton tries to keep it in bounds, but no luck with that one. But it is again. Templeton is she's playing very aggressively out there.
Yeah, she's tough.
Mm-hmm. Here we go again.
Stephanie to the goal. Gets past one Johnson defender. Has a cross, but nobody's there.
Nobody was there for a wide open. Oh, Templeton keeps it down in there.
Looks like number 4 for Johnson.
And
clears the ball out.
Oop. One of the players from
Tough playing there.
Maddie Holt went face down on that one.
Oh.
Keeper comes way out and scoops it up. No chance for the Johnson player to put a foot on it, so no harm, no foul. Ball is back at midfield, but looked like Johnson and their intensity. They're giving these young ladies a little bit of a fit out there.
Oh, yeah. Good idea by Bridget sending the ball up the middle, but number 17 from Johnson is there on it quick.
Again, Kimmy's, you're right, she plays
tough.
I mean, when they were arm in arm with each other, there's no way the other young lady was going to win that battle. Couple headers missed, trying to control it. Number 9 is Emily Lowry for Johnson, and it is cleared out by Salem.
Becky gets the ball out under control.
Ball again is in possession of Salem. They're starting to put some more pressure on the keeper. Here they come down the field on a 3-on-2. Whoops.
Number 4 clears that out, and 17 is on the rebound.
And they're playing on the other side of the field, down below, where we cannot tell if it's out of bounds or inbounds. But it's now set up again with the Salem offense. There's one
big cross from Shelby. Goalie gets on it.
And again, you got 1, 2,
3 players.
3 players waiting for that rebound if it bounced out of her hand. So I don't know if Coach Callahan stressed that, but that's if he did, it's certainly some good coaching, because that's exactly what we weren't doing for a long time.
Yep. A cross from Gracie. Sent out over the end line by number 4. So it should be a corner for Salem.
Anna Fales kicks it out over the end line, so Salem will line up for a corner kick. Looks like Jasmine.
Yeah, it looks like Jasmine's going to take this one. It looks like Liz and Destiny are back on the field.
They said Heather Huffman's name.
Yeah, I think that was confusion based on the number of the jersey.
Okay.
Sometimes it happens when a player changes numbers. They don't update the numbers on the roster.
Clock is moving with 11:20. Score remains 10-0 in favor of your Salem Spirits. On TriadSportsCoverage.com's live coverage of Salem sports.
Oh, and shot by Bridget.
Yep.
Bounces into the goalie's hands.
And it goes as far as midfield and controlled by Salem. Liz loses possession down the right side, and Lori Morgan is on the attack.
Oh.
Ball goes in the corner. Great location for just over the crossbar.
Yeah, good opportunity by Johnson.
I would say that if Salem does give up a goal, that Coach Callahan won't be real pleased.
No, definitely not. Keeping this shutout for this long
and you know, I think it's having a shutout in soccer. Everybody feels good about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it shows that everybody was doing what they were supposed to, and of course, the keepers haven't been really pressured a whole lot, but when they were able to keep it out of the net. So that ball rolls down the embankment and goes out of bounds.
Looks like it's going to be a Salem throw.
And it's going to remain down in front of us here on the Salem end.
Or looks like it's going to be a free kick here. I guess there was a little bit of a foul there.
So
taken by Jasmine.
Jasmine's kick is low, but it's controlled by Salem.
And
nice
try
play
to get a shot
by.
off.
That was a nice play by the defender. I think that was Holly
Number
Wagner.
3.
Yeah, Holly Wagner. And it was a great kick too when she put her foot on it.
Salem is back down on the attacking end, and
Lindsay
Johnson kicks the ball
Biggin,
out.
Number 7, Lindsay Biggin was number 7, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good defensive play by her.
Again, it's Salem in possession, trying to set up a play with the ball going down the right side. It's in the corner.
Shelby's
See if he
got
can.
it.
Shelby
Looks
does.
like a cross.
Nice play by Anna Fales. She
Sends that ball out.
came up off her feet and kicked it out of bounds. Keep any chance away from another goal for Salem. And it's controlled at midfield by Salem. Whoops. Holly Wagner for Johnson boots it up toward midfield. It goes out on the sideline. Should be out on Salem, and it'll be going toward Johnson with a throw in. Number 3, Holly Wagner.
Straight down the line.
Right down the line with the throw in is controlled by Johnson.
Looks like Salem has the ball back now, trying to get it back down the field. Looks like a deflection off of Johnson, so it should be a Salem throw.
That was number 9 for Johnson down in the corner. Emily Lowry was trying to gain control of that ball, and it went out of bounds to be a throw in. And another substitution for
Salem.
Number 25, Jackie Hogue, is back on the field. Ooh, that was a
close call
almost
there.
hit her right in the nose. There is a throw in that is immediately kicked out of bounds by Anna Fales.
Another throw for Salem. And nice.
Ooh, nice play. Keeper
Big
comes
ball
out.
across by
That was.
Emily, and a header from Gracie from far out.
Nice pass, no one there. That was Holly Wagner with that pass to the center of the field, but now it's kicked out of bounds by a Salem defender. It'll be a throw-in for Johnson University with 6 minutes and 49 seconds and counting to go in this 10-0 soccer game.
And looks like a bit of a push from Salem defender Emily, so it should be a free kick for Johnson at about midfield.
I think I saw the retaliation into that play because it's number 3 pushed back, but she was already been pushed by our player, so Salem takes control.
I'm not sure
another
what's
whistle.
happening now.
Another
Gets
whistle
another
blown.
foul on Salem. That's not good.
That's certainly not going to please Coach Callahan
Oh, no.
to lose your composure on a game that you're up 10-0.
That is a dangerous position that Johnson has right now.
And this Anna Fales taking this free kick. It goes off of a defender who was standing out in front of the goal for Salem.
And sends the ball down the middle looking for Stephanie. Defender picks it up. Nice tackle there by Jackie.
Maggie Holt trying to move it down the field. Ball is taken over by Salem.
Ball over the top, and looks like it's going to be a foot race here. Keeper gets her foot on it.
She should probably get back up in the net, or there's going to be a quick score here by Salem. That was a good play by the goalie, and I heard her communicate with the defender that she had it. So good communication kept that from being a goal, I think.
Yeah.
Lori Morgan, my favorite player. The only one that I can recognize. And it is controlled by Salem. Here's a chance again. A foot race and it's cleared out. Oh, now it's taken back by Salem.
Looks like Gracie's got the
Ooh.
ball, and Johnson clears the ball out wide for Salem throw. Oh, ball
There-
stays in.
Yep, it stayed in bounds, and Salem, it does go out of bounds off of Johnson. But it is as we said earlier, a testament to the team, the Johnson team. Is every time Salem's on the attack, there's 2 or 3 defenders rubbing elbows trying to keep them out. So they're not giving up on it. There's a great
Missed opportunity by Stephanie Verdi, but very close. Looks like Liz got hit hard by the goalie, but she's back up.
Yeah, she that would have been a great opportunity to score again, but
Good effort
it's a great effort
from both teams.
Both teams. It's going to leave the score is going to remain at 10-0, 3:58 and counting to go in the game. And again, the midfielders are doing a great job for Salem. Now the ball gets behind the defenders, and down in the corner is Emily Lowry. And Lori Morgan trying
With
to take
a shot.
she took a shot that goes off the end line. I think it's going to go off of.
I believe it looks like a goal kick.
Looks like it's going to be a goal kick awarded to Salem. It did not hit. Oh, there. Yeah, the goal kick for Salem. And
Salem wins the ball.
they win it, and it goes over to Johnson momentarily around the midfield area. It's cleared out by Salem.
Big ball up the
See who can outrun whom over here. Number 17 does turn and get possession and tries to move it back up the field. It's taken away by Jasmine over in the right corner.
With a big cross,
Great.
looking for Liz.
Great location, and no one there. But ooh, wow. That should be a goal kick or a corner kick, I mean.
Yeah, it looks like they're giving them a corner.
That was a goal just waiting to be scored, it looked like. So 2:35 and counting, and Jasmine is going to take a corner kick from this side of the field. See what she can.
Nice corner right up the middle.
Nice location, and it's headed out. Great play
Number
by Johnson. There's another good defensive play by Johnson. That was Anna Fales, number 4.
And Salem trying to work the ball back towards the goal, but
Holly Wagner
Johnson
clears it out to
out.
midfield, but it's right into the waiting foot of a Salem player. Here's another opportunity. Number 17 with a great job of clearing it out of the front of the goal. And the ball goes back down to the goal. Keeper comes out and stops that. Now to
almost goal by Liz there. Defender gets her foot on it just at the last
should
second.
be a goal kick. Went over the end line. Down to a minute and a half. Is this your first time you've broadcast a soccer game?
Yes, it is.
You do really well. You understand the game. You know what you're talking about.
Oh, it comes from years of playing.
Years of playing it. There's another chance for Salem, but it's cleared out again by Anna Fales for Johnson. Lori Morgan coming down the right side. Dribbling, turns, hits it back for number 3, Holly Wagner, who boots it
Big
down
clearance.
midfield. But, again, Salem was able to... That was a errant kick.
Yeah, that was offsides call there. Salem tried to send the ball over the top, but Liz, coming from an offsides position, is going to get that one called against her.
Clock is winding down to 40 seconds in this 10-0 ball game. Salem with the ball at midfield. Maddie Holt and Holly Wagner exchanging passes back and forth. And now Anna Fales tries to clear it up the sideline. It goes to Emily Lowry. Emily takes it down, tries to push it toward the corner, but it's taken away. And
Johnson working hard trying to keep the ball down there.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And with that, you can hear the horn blow that says this ball game is over. It was definitely a game against between two different types of teams. I mean, you had a
Definitely.
team with a lot of depth and a lot of talent and a lot of history of being a very good soccer team. And Johnson coming in with only a couple of substitutes. I'm pretty sure those young ladies are worn out because I'm sure you've played a lot of 90-minute soccer games in your career, and your legs kind of become rubbery after a while. You get kind of worn out.
Yeah, it's hard to keep the momentum going, but they did a really good job. Definitely didn't give up despite the goals that Salem got in.
Yeah, playing when you're playing a game that you're obviously you're overmatched, but Johnson they gave everything they had. They kept right up to the end, playing good aggressive defense, and actually I think at halftime it was 9-0 at halftime.
Yep, 9.
So only giving up one more goal in the ball game that gives Johnson a lot of credit for defense because they stepped it up and made a lot of good plays. And even though Salem did have a lot of substitutions, they let everybody play. I'm sure some of the ladies were playing in positions they don't normally play, but they were on the field, and it gave them game time, and that's what Coach Callahan tries to accomplish in these kind of ball games.
Definitely.
I think they're bringing over the ending stat sheet, I believe, and we can. I guess all we have is one goal to add to our totals.
Yeah.
Well, did you have fun?
Yeah, it was a good time.
Are you cold?
I'm a little cold, but it was all right. It was a good time.
That's great. I appreciate you and our other announcer, Sabrina, who was here for the first half, adding some actual knowledge to our broadcast because soccer is it's a fun game, and if you've never been to a Salem College soccer game, if you're listening close by Winston-Salem, you need to come out and watch some of the best soccer players in the area as far as college soccer. These young ladies that Jay's put together, Coach Callahan, they know the game of soccer and they play it the right way and they play hard, and obviously they like winning, and that's why we show up, try to win the ball game. The last goal was by Becky Irvin.
Looks like it was unassisted.
Unassisted goal by Becky Irvin, and that gave her the 10th and final score for the Salem Spirits. The final stats show Salem with, 39 shots in the ball game and 8 corner kicks, and that just spells dominance all over. The game is totally played at their end. The Johnson University had 7 shots and had one corner kick. Fouls were nine fouls called against Salem, which I think it's a little bit unusual, and 4 called against Johnson. So I'm sure that's a stat that Coach Callahan's going to take a look at and maybe talk to the folks that were called for the fouls.
Certainly.
But all in all, it was a typical Salem runaway game. The saves on the game, the goalkeeper Jules Williams for Johnson had 15 saves on the night, which is that's a pretty busy night, and she did a very good job of keeping things under control. It could have gotten a lot worse. It could have been a lot worse than just 10, but to their credit, they gave everything they had. Now, our next broadcast for Salem College Soccer is scheduled for this Saturday, October 25th. Agnes Scott comes in and play. I think the kickoff is 2 o'clock, and you know something about Agnes Scott.
Yep.
Is that a team that Salem likes to to beat, I guess? Or
Oh, definitely. I mean, they've been a pretty big rival within the conference, but looking at the first game down at Agnes Scott's home field, I believe Salem won 5-0. So
yeah, I think they did.
Should hopefully come out and do the same thing this weekend.
Well, let's hope so. And for you folks that are out listening, tune in on Saturday afternoon. We'll probably go on the air a little bit before game time, so stay tuned to triadsportscoverage.com for Salem College Sports. And Bethany, I want to thank you for your expert commentary in this soccer game. I know you like to come back and watch your home team win again, so that was great.
Yeah, well, thank you
And
for having me.
Anytime you're in the area and want to do a soccer game, we're on the air. You're certainly welcome to come and join us.
Got it. Thank you so much.
So we're going to sign off again to Salem Spirits with a 10-0 shutout over Johnson University. This is Mike Pettaway saying so long until Saturday, and be safe.